Welcome to Ask Me Anything. Quite some time has passed since my previous video. I was busy doing other stuff, but let's get back to it. So if you have any questions, drop a comment below this video. Now let's start with key one whole question. Would you like to see in-game voice acting for AI? Well, my answer is definitely. But there's a trick. First of all, it's really annoying to hear same line all over again. So if there will be voice acting, there should be some variation. And there must be an option to turn it off completely. It would be especially cool if, or should I say when, we will be able to hire NPC wingmen, because flying in a wing is always fun. And even with NPCs there should be some voice acting, some communication going on between, because NPCs must tell you what is going on. Like which one is under heavy fire, which one needs assistance, and maybe even you can call them for help with your voice. Maybe they can even have some random mood every day, different every day, so one day they will swear at you like crazy, other days they will be more silent or reserved. Easiest way probably is to implement some kind of text-to-speech option in the game and give us many different voice variations, so we will not see different NPCs with same voice, same exact voice. And I hope they will not have exactly same lines, because even with different voices saying hi, how are you, blah 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 every single time can be even more annoying than silence. And I'm pretty sure with new characters we will have this in the game, at least to some degree. I just hope it will not be too generic and bland. Next question. What would you think of implementation of wormholes potentially moving you to a random system in the galaxy? I would say that it's already too much random in this game, so random, no. Maybe there might be a way for Thargoids to come into the game and open a wormhole to their system, or something similar, but no random. At least not before they implement ship delivery, NPC wingman, co-op missions and stuff like that. After that, why not? But what I really would like to see regarding another way of travel is micro jumps, because there are a lot of systems where are more than one star. So a way to travel between stars in same system, it could take same amount of time as hyper jump, 20-30 seconds. That would allow us to reach those stations that are very far from main star, or even for explorers, because flying 200-500 million light seconds is kinda waste of time. Devs even said at one point that they are considering this, but no news since. Let's hope they will implement this at some point. I have 1 million in the bank, but I do have a type 9. What would you recommend if I do start playing again? Well, 1 million is not even enough to buy full cargo load of some commodities. Easiest way probably is just to swap your type 9 to Python and do long-range smuggling missions or shadow delivery missions, whichever you prefer. With type 9, well, if you don't mind jumping like a rabbit all around you, because type 9 has very silly jump range, then you can do long-range smuggling missions with type 9. There are missions that will pay you millions for delivering 100-200 tons of slaves and other commodities, but they will require you to do a lot of jumps. But then you don't care how much money you have in your bank account, because mission cargo is given for free. However, you really should never fly without money enough to pay your insurance at least once, I would say even twice. Or you can buy a cheaper ship, buy SRV and just go out, explore, drive around planets, collect materials. This will not give you money, but some kind of excitement and joy, at least for several hours, is guaranteed. Are shield boosters viable for all ships? If you have enough power from your power plant, shield boosters are viable for all ships because they will increase best A rating shield booster will increase your shield's strength by 20%. Simple as that. I even use a lot of shield boosters on my trading ships, and then even with very low class, lowest you can fit on your trading ship shield generator, you can have reasonably strong shields. You said you have been doing your current type of work for 20 years now, actually more than 20 years. How old are you? Well, it's a simple question and answer is also simple. I am 40 years old. Yeah. I remember Original Elite, I remember Privateer, Wing Commander, XCOM original series. I remember a lot. I just completed XCOM 2 and it took me around 8 days. XCOM 1 I completed in 3 days. If somebody would release a game like this in mid-90s, yeah, the company would be dead. Nobody would buy a game for 3 days. But now it's a common thing. You release a game every year. Slightly upgraded variant of previous year game, especially all those sports games. Yeah. But that's how business is conducted now. About prismatic shields. They have 50% more power draw than your regular ones. Also, they are by 50% heavier for only 20% increased in shield strength. Are they worth getting? You know, this is just an option. You don't have to get them. If you ask me, yes, definitely prismatic shields are very important in some cases. In example, just play with Coriolis or just try them out and you will see right away that on trading ships, prismatic shields give you all the difference. In example, if you have 6 A shields on Imperial Cutter, you will have around 1.1 thousand megajoule shield. If you swap that for 6 prismatic shield, you will gain more than 40% in shields. I would say that for trading ships, for small ships where you have enough power, where you don't care about jump range that much, or if you are building shield tanked ship like for PvP fights where you take a lot of fire, then prismatic shields are very important. It's all about your build, but yes, I find prismatic shields very useful in many cases. Do you think Frontier decision to not have NPC SRVs driving around was a bad thing and why? Well, of course it was. I wouldn't call it bad decision. It will come in time. They just did not have enough time. If you play Horizons and drive around, you will see that it's very, very, very rough. It's first variant of whatever they have in mind. And there will be a lot of changes during Season 2, which will take all year. So it was not really a decision. They had a deadline and they had to stick with it, no matter what. Sadly. I'm pretty sure NPC-driven SRVs will be in the game. It should be in the game and there will be, should be missions, should be different stuff. You will be able to hire NPC wingmen and I don't see any reason why you can't have them on planets with you as well. So I'm pretty sure NPC-driven SRVs will be in the game. I just hope it will be this year. How to find best trading route? Well, I have several videos dedicated to this. It's without helping tools and web page, it's actually not that easy, but you can still do that by just filtering galaxy map by economy types, by population size, checking system map where you can see what commodities are exported and imported, which will give you at least some idea what you can buy and sell there. But still, to see exact prices, you will have to talk with every single starport. You can also use power benefits, because some powers have reduced or increased pricing for different kind of commodities. Like the Minotaur well has cheaper slaves, imperial slaves I mean. Other powers have better prices for high-tech goods or minerals. Just check power tab and see which power has what, do your research and go there but there is no easy way. And now smuggling missions are above all, which will give you much more money. So if you want to get most profit, go for smuggling missions. And the last question for today is, what is your favorite combat ship? And as a bonus question, if you could own one ship only for everything elite, what it would be? Oh, wow. Well, combat ship, actually recently I would say that Ferdinand's probably is my favorite. Long time it was Imperial Clipper, and in standard beta it was Viper, because there was not many options. In Gamma I think I loved Asp Explorer with 6 dumbfire missiles. And before Python was nerfed, actually Python was very nice and enjoyable ship to fly and fight with. Still, for NPC farming, best is probably Anaconda. You can stay a lot of time, and it has firepower and all you need to farm combat rank. If you could own one ship only, this is a tough one. Probably I would go for Imperial Cutter, because it's still a new ship, one of the last introduced to the game, and I like how it looks. It has biggest cargo hold in the game, more than 700 tons, it's very impressive. It's big, the jump range is not very good, but it's good enough for a ship of its size. And it's very fast for its size. Yeah, it can outrun most ships, and you can definitely run away from anyone in the game if you are flying Imperial Cutter. Nobody can mess with you, but still, you also will be not able to mess with most enemies. Even while in Imperial Cutter you can have the strongest shields ever. You can have turrets on it, so it can be good even against silent runners or smaller enemies. It's not that agile, actually it's Force and Type 9, so it's not very enjoyable to fight in Cutter. So probably I would go for Imperial Cutter if I could fly only one ship. The problem is, in Elite ships are too different, you can't have one ship. Luckily I don't have to choose one, because I would never fight in Imperial Cutter, I just don't like it. It handles like a brick, and even worse, like a brick of ice on ice rink. If you overshoot a little, yeah, you will not be able to stop it for quite some time, the inertia is crazy. If we combine these, then I would say Ferdinand and Imperial Cutter, and those ships would cover most of my activities. However, again, for smuggling, long range, I would choose Python. So actually 3 ships. Thanks for watching this video, and if you have any questions, drop a comment. Fly safe, commanders.